It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day everyone. So today I'm going to talk about the perfect competition. Prior to discussing about the perfect competition, let us see what is a market structure first. So when we say market structure, it is a way on how a firm operates in the market. So we have four types of market structure. Actually, it's only two types of market structure. The first one is the perfect competition, perfect market, and another one is imperfect market. So under the perfect market is a perfect competition where there's more competitive and it has less market power. Whereas another three imperfect competitions are monopolistic competition, oligopoly, and also monopoly is. So from the other end here, you see the perfect competition is the most extreme case of perfect market. And this one under the monopoly is the most extreme case of the less competitiveness and also where it has the highest market power. We cannot deny that the firm goals are to minimize cost and also maximize profit. So it is its main objective. So when we say we are in a perfect competition, let us define what is a perfect competition and we'll explain the characteristic of the perfect competition. We'll also determine how we can produce an output that is profit maximizing or loss minimizing output and at what price. We also compare and contrast the output, price, and also profit in the short run and also in the long run. And also lastly, we also wants to analyze the shutdown rules in the short run and long run. And lastly, we'll do the efficiency of perfect competition. A perfect competition is whereby a market structure is small firms with a huge number of small firms. They are selling homogeneous or identical products, and be sure none of these firms has the market power, meaning these firms are price taker. So they just take the price given by the market. Let's see what are the characteristics of perfect competition. The first one, it has a large number of buyers and sellers, while the size of each firm is very small. Therefore, there's no single buyer or seller that can influence the market price. So meaning that each seller has a very small share of the market. The second characteristic is the homogeneous product. The goods that are being sold are homogeneous and identical in terms of quantity, packaging, color, designs. That's why they cannot charge different price for the same product. So it can be easily substituted with one another. Examples is the agricultural produce such as potatoes, the livestock meat, chicken, vegetables, and vice versa. The third characteristic is the perfect competitors are price takers. Since each firm has a very small share in the market, so the firm has no significant control over the market price. That's why they just take the price as given by the market. So meaning that they are price takers. They just take whatever price given by the market, and it cannot change in price. Therefore, we can say that for a perfectly competitive firm, price will equal to average revenue and also equals to marginal revenue. We'll talk into it later. We'll go into it later. And then the fourth one is the freedom of entry and exit the market. So since there's no restriction on the entry of the new firms to the industry or the exit of the industry, so there will be no barriers to entry or exit in this market. So if firms in the industry making profit, new firms will enter the market and vice versa. If the firms in the industry making losses, some of the existing firms will exit from the industry. Lastly, it is the perfect knowledge. So the customers has equipped with perfect knowledge or information about the products and also its prices. So it's very difficult for any firm in the market or in the industry to change the price. So if the sellers increase the price, it will lose its customer, and vice versa. Before we go to the output and output decision on the profit maximizing and also or loss minimizing output, we take a look on how price is determined in perfect competition. Okay, so remember this is our supply curve and this is a demand curve. This is the price. This is for the market demand. And this is for the firm in perfect competition. So this is where our price is, and this is also where demand is. So demand is also equals to average revenue and also marginal revenue. So this is how price is being determined. Since the firm is a price taker and it cannot influence the price given by the market. When the price is fixed, then the demand curve of the perfect competition is perfectly elastic. So that's why it is horizontal. Well, the price of under the perfect competition is always constant. So in the short run, there will be three types of profit. The first one is the normal profit, where the total revenue equal to total cost. Secondly, it will have a subnormal profit, or you'll have losses where the total revenue less than total cost. And lastly, we'll have supernormal profit when total revenue more than total cost. So under the subnormal profit also is where the price or average revenue is more than average cost. So under the normal profit is where the price or the average revenue equal to average cost. For the subnormal profit, so price or average revenue, since remember previously price average revenue is also the price, marginal revenue is also the price, is less than average cost. So how do we determine output? The optimum output or the profit maximizing or loss minimizing output is determined where MR equals to MC. This is applicable for all market structure, whether it's in monopolistic competition, and also for the oligopoly. But oligopoly, there's a little bit complicated. So for the normal profit, how do we get profit? We use this formula, total revenue minus total cost. Okay, let's put it in different colors. Okay, this is the formula of profit. Okay, so remember, this is the we use the marginal principles here. Principles where MR equals to MC. So since we know that price equals to average revenue and also equals to marginal revenue in a perfect competitive firm, therefore when we say MR equals to MC, we can also write it down as P equals to MC or AR equals to MC. So we'll face losses when the TR is unable to cover its total cost. That's why TR is less than total cost. Okay, it's when we face losses. So this is the output whereby it can maximize the profit and also minimize the cost. Okay, so when we are using a diagram, so let's say this is our industry. There will be the demand curve and supply curve, and this is our price here. So remember, this is also the price for the firm. So it just receive what it just use the price as given by the market. So how do we determine the output that will maximize our profit? So remember, this is our marginal cost and this is our average cost. So this is also the price, and this is also, remember, MR equals to MC rules. MR equals to MC, so P equals to AR equals to MR equals to demand.